You wouldn't believe how this couple started. From that moment, they confirmed their unusual relationship, and since then, Jamie became Anna's superhero, rushing over like she had a cape at the sound of Anna's call. And Annie ditched her old at work. Annie even started asking Jamie out for coffee dates like there was no tomorrow, forgetting all about day, and this frequent meeting upset Anna's suitors. That day, Jamie sabotaged rivals' meds only to get caught. Before she knew it, the guy landed a heavy hit and left with some serious trash talk, making Jamie realize the man still had ties with Annie, and under Jamie's questioning, Annie finally spilled the beans about her past. Whenever she mentioned her illness, her boyfriends would act like they'd spotted aliens, not wanting to share a future at all. Now she only wanted to borrow some short-lived joy to soothe her unshareable loneliness, making it clear with Jamie that they'd only talk about fun things. This contract was like a jackpot for Jamie, as no matter how the emotions went, she could exit stage left in a time. But little did she know, her longing for Annie was flooding in like a high tide, turning her into a love-struck puppy, reaching out to Annie regularly. Hearing Anna's gentle voice was like a balm for her soul, utterly enchanting. Annie realized Jamie had fallen for her and promptly hung up like it was a cliffhanger in a suspense movie, as fate had locked her in a cage. Even unwrapping something basic felt like a mountain to climb. How could she let the sun shine like man be stuck with her decaying life? So, she schemed to reduce time with Jamie by planning a trip, locking her heated emotions deep in the vault of memories. But she swiftly became aware that her yearning had entwined itself like vines. Just prior to embarking on her journey, Jamie surprisingly caught up with her, leaving her with mixed emotions. Faced with Jamie's perplexed questioning, she hurried on to the bus, thinking Jamie would back off. Unintentionally mentioning her return time turned into a ticking bomb for Jamie, who rushed to the station right after work every day. On countless nights, her car stubbornly stopped outside the station, lights off, leaving her in the darkness, counting the minutes, waiting for that familiar figure, until one beautiful morning, the returning bus finally brought Jamie back. As Annie tiredly stepped down from the bus, she spotted Jamie still waiting under the streetlight, like a warm autumn breeze caressing her. At that moment, the ice fortress in Anna's heart came crashing down. This woman, once allergic to love, felt the heat of it more than ever. Jamie, who had roamed for years, was ready to hand over her wandering soul to a forever harbor, finding a sense of belonging with Annie by her side. This gave Jamie a fresh boost of energy, as if she were plugged into an outlet. The company developed Viagra, a miraculous drug for men's modern woes. She hit the industry bullseye, quickly opened the market, plus her killer sales pitch made it rain her first bucket of gold. As their living conditions improved, they finally got a sports car. However, during family chats, Jamie had a habit of embellishing her achievements. When Annie asked, Jamie always skillfully dodged her gaze. Only now would she finally spill the beans about her past. Turns out, Jamie hails from a medical family, teaching at their own school, with her sister and mother also doctors. They are all stars in the field. Only Jamie is the black sheep, dropping out of high school and diving into home appliance sales. But hey, those genes blessed her with years navigating social circles, bestowed upon her some serious charm and charisma. But this talent became a double-edged sword in her love life, turning her into a notorious flirt, costing her a job for her livelihood. And she pivoted to the pharmaceutical world, becoming a salesperson, and it was only meeting Annie that gave her life a sense of purpose. And she became determined to fight for her career, wanting her family to see her transformation, though deep down, Jamie felt worthless. But in Anna's eyes, she was already perfect in every way, and in the days to come, more of her brilliance would be witnessed. The two basked in their sweet love while grinding hard. Annie loved to capture life's little moments with her camera. Those moments of laughter and tears turned into tapes, morphing into a series of warm photos as time flowed on. These photos filled their shared home, becoming a precious testament to time, but this beautiful life didn't last long. Anna's condition began to worsen, and her mental state declined noticeably. Fingers lost strength, making daily tasks tough. She tried adjusting meds but couldn't screw off the bottle cap. This was the first time fear hit her because of her illness, scared Jamie would leave just like the others. That night, Jamie noticed something was off with Annie. Although Annie tried hard to hide it, her clearly struggling body. When Jamie tried to ask about Anna's health, Annie flipped out, overwhelmed by her emotions, making it hard for her to hold her ground. What more do you want to prove? That you're not a fraud? I almost went home with the doctor today. A line that landed like a knife, with Annie trying to push Jamie away with it. But when Jamie angrily stormed out, that falling glass shattered her heart in the process. Annie collapsed in tears. Jamie knew it was Anna's desperate self-harm to push him away. Anna's anguish cries pierced through. She couldn't help but retract her steps, her warm shoulder becoming a safe haven amidst Anna's despair. A few days later, they took a long drive to Chicago to attend a well-known Parkinson's patient support group, and here, every patient displayed varying degrees of symptoms, from trembling hands to slow steps or garbled speech. Yet they all faced it with optimism, sharing life's tidbits. Some told hilarious tales about baking disasters, while others sketched the sunset outside with shaky hands. These warm moments made Annie feel undeniably not alone. Her anxieties quietly melted away in the resonance of shared experiences, while in the family lounge